Good afternoon again, everyone. Right, I'm just back up at the on my wood stacks, and yesterday we had gale force winds 100 kilometers an hour or 60 miles an hour in the old terminology, and rain, sideways rain. So, but anyway, I split another 6 of these blocks already, and I've thrown them on the pile there. So I've got quite a bit. As usual, it doesn't look as much when you're looking at it at this angle, but when you're walking around it, there's quite a bit here. So oh, more branches down. There you go, I just spotted it. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, branches down straight on top of me stacks. Oh, in between, how's that? Bit of luck that it didn't knock them over. I've got to clear that up. These eucalyptus are terrible for that. Have a branch over there. Anyway, I'll just warming the machine up, and I'll split. I'll see if I can split. There's 18 left here now, with that little one left on there, 18. So I had 24. I'll split 6 already. So I'll just knock these over. All right, I'll catch up with you shortly. Cheers for now. Right, that's the first piece I split, so you'll see a bit of difference when I'm done. Right, I split this bigger one, and it looks pretty dry inside, but I haven't got my moisture meter here, but you can feel the moisture, and it's probably about 50%. Anyway, I'll just split. I'll up the zoom. Got a knot in it there. Whoops. Try that again. Do this one again. See how it goes. There's a knot in it. Yeah, small bit and a larger bit. There we go. Oh. That's a nice big chunky bit. That is heavy. Right, here we go. I've just got a couple more. Whoop. Just got a couple more on the table. There we go. 3 there now. Beautiful. Probably dropping my leg here. I'll have a nice little load. You can see it's already filling up that gap there. Getting filled up. Looking pretty good. Whew. Back again for a second. These are the last 2 big bits there. Oh no, 20 inches across or more of that tree branch from just behind me. And that's all I got to go now. It's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 of the trees from up the back. Just a split, but I've just split a few more. As you can see, the inspector is on there, checking them out. But yeah, the poles, they're growing, even it's starting to fill all the top now, so yeah, getting there. You should have seen the water coming out of this when I started splitting it. That was just drenched with water. Absolutely drenched. Might have just been raining on it for days. She's wet. Rightio. I've just split the last 2 of those tree branches there. That's done. Some of it was nice wood and some's absolutely rotten. But that's quite nice. That good bits for a nice all night burn. That's the only other part of it. And you get bits like this that are just a bit crappy, you know, like there, a bit crappy down there. And you get all this stuff here. This is beautiful, this stuff. Yeah, a bit more kindling. All good size blocks, you know, 4-6 inches across, 4x6s and like that, 4x6s. More 4x6s. So it's all coming up quite well. Right, I'll bring over these last few here now, and then I'll do them. 3, 6, 9, 11. I'll do these 11 and then I'm done up here for a while anyway. Right, let the games begin. Alright, I brought them all over and made sure the inspector liked them all. Okay, let's start splitting. Right, slowly getting there. I've just done a couple more. There's only 5 down there, and these 2, 7. I'll do the size of the piles now. It's building up and building up. Yeah, I've got a couple of ton of wood here. Alright, I'm getting there. Third, or half of one. Got 2 left just there. That's it, I'm almost done. And a lot of kindling underneath there. I'll look at my stacks now. Getting quite large. That's probably just to my chest height. That doesn't look at it. It is. Anyway, nearly done. Rightio guys, this is the last one. And look at the water in that edge. Probably where it's getting cracked. Yeah. Last one. Yep. Watchdog there. There we go. It's going to be beautiful timber when it dries out. Absolutely beautiful timber. Look at that. That's big. Sorry for the loud noises again. I tend to do that. That is heavy. Absolutely heavy. It's going to take 2 years for this to dry out easy. Just these blocks here. I've probably got in this here, out of all these 60 or 70 blocks that I've had, I have a couple extra before. I reckon I've got a good 2.5 ton. Yeah, probably good 2.5 ton, I would say. It goes back 3 rows just there. And, but that's it. Yeah, more kindling. There's a couple of smaller bits in here as well. A bit more kindling down there. There we go. This is the very last bit. So anyway, I'll probably end the video here in a second. And yeah, say goodbye. And I'll just do this last bit here and then I'll come back and I'll give you a show around anyway. Okay, cheers for a minute. Right. Thanks for staying around to the end if you're still here, everyone. I appreciate it. I always do appreciate anyone who comments or anything like that to say good day. But anyway, that's the last piece. Oh, sorry, I'm looking in the sun. Big black cockatoos. They are huge, 2 metre wingspan. You got they're the yellow ones, I think, that live around here, and you got the red tip ones. Absolutely huge. They live in our backyard. There we go, flying over there. You probably can't see because of the sun. You can hear them though. They just eat all our pine cones off the tree in the backyard. But look at this. Here we go. There's a good couple of ton there or more. That's 3 rows across down the bottom, and then I've built up on top. But good size wood. Oh, these are all great. Great size bits of wood. Longer than your hand, thicker than your palm. I was cutting that smaller stuff, but it just burns away like kindling in 5 minutes. This stuff I got here now is like, 4x6s and 2x4s and 6x4s and stuff like that. It's all good stuff. Good heavy stuff. But it's going to take at least 2 years for this to dry. That's big. and hardwood, but wet. Anyway, yeah, I'll have to start carting it all over to build this pile here. Now this bit here, now I've got to bring the wood up that I can make a bed out of it and take some over there to the pallets. And now I've got to try and get this branch out of here that fell in between these two pallet loads of firewood that I've got here. Geez, that was lucky it didn't land on them, it would have knocked them right over. See what I mean about these blooming eucalyptus trees? They are huge. I think I've got an endless wood supply in there. That's all ours too. I've got some huge logs in there. All ours. So all the way down as far as you can see. Anyway, that's another subject, another day. I'll have a look at it. I'll go for a walk so I can drag this thing out with my... No, I'll bring a chainsaw and just cut it into bits. Anyway, thanks again for joining us, everyone. Yeah, the old hardwood. Some beautiful pieces there. Beautiful. Anyway, it's still very wet. It's going to take at least 2 years, as I said, to dry. Anyway, from me and my little hunting dog, appreciate you coming and dropping in and saying g'day. Always do. This is only just a bit of fun for me, just to fill the time in. Anyway, catch you all later. Cheers for now.